Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we are looking at an item from Orbitkey. Orbitkey is an Australian-based brand that make a bunch of like office organizing and EDC kind of gear, and this is the A4 Compendium. So today we're going to talk about the compendium. I'm going to show what it has, the features, all that kind of stuff, and then yeah, we'll see how it goes. So this is how it comes packaged. It's a really lovely, the packaging from Orbitkey is great. It sits in here. It's a nice tray. It's got, you know, all the information and everything on the packaging. It's very, very nicely done. They're a classy operation. They make great quality stuff and they do it in a really lovely, lovely way. I should also say the compendium comes in an A5 version. I don't own one. I just borrowed the box from a friend of mine who does own one. I just wanted to show that it does come in the A5, and I'll give a couple of basic features about the A5 as well. So what is the compendium? Well, it is a leather, this is A4 version, notebook or pad holder, you know, great for meetings and that kind of stuff. It's got a really simple sort of latch system with an elastic here that sits around a metal plate on the side. And then you open it up, and that is the basics of it. It's very simple and very clean. I love it. Like, there's not a whole lot of branding. There's no external pockets or anything like that. It's just a really simple, good quality design for a very simple purpose. Now, compendiums used to be really popular, and now in a digital age, a lot of people are moving away from handwritten notes. But for those of us who are sticking around with it, and actually more and more people are coming back to it because they're realizing the power of it, something like a compendium like this is a great investment, and it is a little bit of an investment. They aren't inexpensive. So on the left here, you have a spot behind this flap to put, you know, some notepad or note paper or notes and things you've taken. Getting A4 paper to fit in, to get it all the way in there, is trickier. So you might need a folder A4 or use an A5 notebook or something like that. But it is a handy little spot to hold a few things. You've also got some card slots here. They are a little tight for sort of standard size business cards, but you can definitely get cards in those. But the main part of this compendium is this side, and this is where you put the notepad, and it comes with one, which I think is great. So this has just come with a lined pad, you know, sort of like tear off at the top kind of thing. It's branded Orbitkey, and it's actually very nice. I've actually done a little writing sample because I wanted to show it as well. But under here, let's just talk about, I've got some details of the product as well as the writing sample. So one thing that's great about Orbitkey is that it has a 2-year warranty. Orbitkey is based in Melbourne, but the products are made in China. This particular piece is zipper free, which is great. So it's just got the elastic closure to, you know, latch over, as I said, that metal bar there, and that holds it nice and sort of secure in place. It has the, as I said, the hidden accessible card storage. It's a nice flat writing surface. It is quite a hard cover. So if you're writing hands-free, you know, you can fold that back on itself and, you know, write very comfortably like that. Or it just gives you a nice sort of smooth, flat surface to write on. It uses premium ethical materials, and I've written here, it's premium LWG certified leather, as well as recycled fabric lining. So yes, lots of nice features like that. I said it's suitable for A4 pads and notebooks. It's got a pen loop, which is over here. So you can slide a pen down into there, like this. And your pen is always there, nice and easily accessible, which is great. It's got a ribbon marker, and this is particularly good when you're using a notebook in it. I tend to tuck this away behind the pad when I'm using the, well, while I've been using the pad in this. It's got 100% recyclable packaging. I showed the packaging before. It's all cardboard. You can recycle it, which is amazing. The A4 version here retails for 279 Australian dollars. So as I said, not inexpensive, but I actually think priced alongside other brands who do similar items, and there is an Australian brand who does something similar. in leather. It is well priced. The A5 version being 199 Australian dollars. It also comes in a brown leather. This is, of course, is the black leather version. And it also has some collaborative editions, such as the Star Wars versions, which are really, really cool. Another feature just with the pad here is it's got this like priority, sort of like planning system. It gives you an example of how you might be able to do things effectively in the front of it there. Nice little additions, things like that show that the company is thinking about what they're actually putting out there. The dimensions of the compendium here, we've got closed is 248 millimeters by 320 millimeters. So obviously it has to be bigger than A4 to hold the A4 pad. And open, it's 506 millimeters by 320. So it is a larger piece, but it is designed to hold an A4 pad, of course. It will add some bulk and weight to your carry, but the convenience it also allows in terms of, having it there for meetings or on your desk at work, really, really valuable. And if you're a pen person like me, and particularly a fountain pen person, as you'll see with this, the writing samples here, you can see that, having paper on hand is a big part of my life. So yes, I have done a writing sample here. Now on this pad, just to show the quality of the paper. So we've got a Lamy 2000 extra fine with Diamine Oxford Blue, Lamy Safari extra fine with Lamy Black, a Sailor Tuzu medium nib with Sailor Black, a Kaweco Piston Sport 14 karat gold medium nib with Lamy Turquoise, a Platypus Pens model M20 with a broad nib with Robert Oster Kids on the block. We've also got a Caran d'Ache ballpoint, a Lamy Rollerball, a Muji gel pen, a Unipin fine liner, a lead pencil Sharpie, and a highlighter. So if we now look at those up close, you'll see that on the surface of the paper, they all write very, very well. I was super, super impressed. And then I was kind of even more impressed when I turned it over and saw that only the Sharpie came through. And in fact, even with ghosting and things like that, it's kind of minimal. So this is a good quality pad. You could easily write on both sides of the paper without having to worry. As I said, if you're a pen person, if you're investing in things like this, you want good quality, and they provided something with it so you can get going straight away with it that is exceptionally high quality. I've written just a couple of basic sort of pros and cons here that I want to discuss. So let's start with these cons. Firstly, the elastic here. The cons are very minimal, I should say. This is an elastic strap that goes over the thing, over the metal bar here to close it. Now, if that goes, if that weakens, if that softens over time, how is this, how easy is that going to be to replace? How, is it going to be a problem? Just something to keep in mind. It's got a nice leather tab on it there. I would expect it would last quite a while. Orbitkey don't make mistakes like that, obviously, but just something to be aware of. And the other issue is that the pen loop is actually very hard to access sometimes. Like it tucks itself in there, and you've actually got to give it quite a decent amount of pull to get it out to get a pen in there. But once the pen's in there, it is super secure. And that system also allows for the fact that you might have different size pens, and then it sort of tucks it in, and any size pen is going to fit in there. Now, a couple of neutral points I want to talk about. So the price. So as I said, it's not inexpensive. At 279 Australian dollars for the A4, you are in a premium price point. But remember, this is leather, and leather products do cost more. There's a lot of hand making that is required. There's design and all that kind of stuff, and Orbitkey do things right, so you're not scrimping on low quality products either. The other neutral is wear and tear. Now for me, I like wear and tear on items like this, but because this is a nice pristine leather, like I should say, I've been carrying this, I've taken this to work a few times and to a couple of rehearsals and things like that, and I'm not seeing any particularly big marks of wear and tear or damage, no stitches coming loose or anything. So it bodes very, very well, but it will scuff. Over time it will. The more you put it into your bag, the more you put it into the car, what it rubs up against in your bag, it will scuff up, and that is something to be aware of. So yes, if you want to look after it, look after it. Otherwise, let it show its life. But so many great pros here. So we've got great build quality, obviously. As I said, like all the stitching is really nice. The design and the interior material is all really well thought out. It holds the pen snugly, all that kind of thing. Nice strong metal, you know, clasp there. Good. It's got a nice, simple, clean design. There's no bells and whistles, just what is needed, and a couple of nice little features that just make using an item like this really simple. Orbitkey is an Australian company. In fact, they are Melbourne-based, just a couple of suburbs away from where I used to live in Melbourne, and I support Australian companies. So for me, that is a big pro with this. But no matter where you are in the world, you can get Orbitkey. They have, I know they have like a base in Europe as well. So please check them out. They use nice, responsible leather. I'd said both A4 and A5 are so practical. I've looked at the A5 as well, and I think the A5 is great. I love the A4 here. And one thing I just wanted to quickly show was if you take the pad out of here, this is the setup. So it's one of those ones that's like a flap that you insert the notebook. So you can get a pad and put it straight down here, or a notebook and insert it that way. So I have here just a Rhodia A4 notebook, simple one. And then if I just slide that in, relatively straightforward. That works really well as well. Center ribbon then comes into play. And then, you know, you've got your folio with that in it. So I really like a lot of these features. And then, as I've covered in a number of other statements here, it's very functional. Having the pen loop there, having it all contained within the framework of this. Very sturdy, you know, like it's good sturdy framed compendium means that you've got access to everything you need, and it's functional. And as I said, it doubles back on itself, gives you a nice hard writing surface. You know, if you're writing in a lecture theatre, or if you're writing on a plane or whatever, it does give you a nice sort of solid backing to write on. And then the other final point here is that it's luxurious. It's made of leather, it's made of nice materials, all the parts are really well put together. Even this pad itself, like with the nice cover and the sort of the dark coloured edging on the pages and all of that, like they're all really lovely, luxurious features. And while the price is not inexpensive, I think for what you pay, you get something that is a real luxury item, especially at its price point, because it could certainly be a heck of a lot more. So thank you for watching, and I hope you found this video about the A4 compendium from Orbitkey to be interesting and useful. Please like and subscribe, hit the notifications button, all of that kind of stuff. If you've got products you think I should be looking at, or if there is a way you'd like to support the channel, I would really love to hear from you. A big thank you to Orbitkey for sending this and a couple of other products out for review. Their stuff is so well made. As I said, I love supporting Australian brands. So yes, a big thank you. So in the meantime, enjoy all your products, all your writing bits and pieces, and I'll talk to you soon.